Here at IDF, we're running across some very cool people doing some very fun things that we loved sharing with you. For example, the CEO of Corel, his own self, is in fact Tom Berquist. Tom, welcome into tomorrow. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. A lot of excitement here at IDF about new things and about the way we can use a lot of new things. Share with us what's happening here, and then we'll show some of the folks on the radio what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, we're delighted that Intel has provided new capability that lets us take advantage of both tablet functionality and PC desktop functionality for our design and collaboration products. In this particular case, we're going to show you a little bit about our product Painter, which has traditionally been a product that ran on a PC, and you needed a third-party kind of big heavyweight tablet to draw on in order to record the painting. The new version can run directly on the Microsoft Surface 3 as an example, and you can do your artist work right on the tablet in tablet mode. You can snap it into its docking connector, and then you can continue your work on the full PC if you want to do things that are maybe beyond the scope of what the tablet itself can do.
So these are the new family of two-in-ones, as they're being referred to more and more, and we're going to see this category of products skyrocket, especially with products like this from Corel.
Absolutely. It makes so much sense for consumers. It's a much cheaper option than having to buy a tablet and a computer and a tablet to write on. The capital investment is quite high. In this case, if you have your tablet, you just need our software and you're good to go.
And Weija from Intel is actually demonstrating what's going on here, so I'm going to step in front of the camera just so that Tom can talk more about what's happening, and Weija can show us what's happening here.
I created this painting actually using the Surface Pro 3 and Corel Painter 2015. And so if we just turn on the different layers here, you can see that I started with the sketch and color blocking, and then I added in all the details to create a much more complete picture. I'm very surprised at how well the pressure sensitivity works on the Surface Pro 3. And as you can see, it's a traditional desktop UI, and when you undock it, it very seamlessly switches over to the tablet UI. But you still have a lot of the full functionalities here. But it's just at your fingertips. It's touch friendly, and you're able to work whenever, wherever. Take this thing on the go with you. You have all the core processor performance as well as better battery life, but all in a smaller form factor.
So I'm imagining not only the equipment side of things, but here it's Corel who's making the software. And of course the processor is obviously playing an important role in making all this happen, but you guys are the brains behind the creativity to allow anybody, consumers, students, businesses who need something like this, using Picture for example, to do some amazing things.
Yeah, and I'd say it's a shared brain really between Corel and Intel, because they make the processor technology and the ability for it to switch when you remove it from the docking station. And so all of that is something they provide, and we just had to kind of morph our product to take advantage of those APIs. And it's been a very successful collaboration. Over here behind Weija, you can see what she used to use, the huge Wacom tablet for drawing, a big old machine. You had to have a connection there. There was no tablet option. All that's been replaced with this.
Makes a huge difference not only for portability, but just the ease of operation to accomplish these things.
Absolutely. I think that artists, especially consumer artists, love the fact that they can sit down on their living room, on their couch, and start drawing and annotating and doing things without having to go snap into a desktop machine and do the traditional things. And unfortunately, we wish we'd been able to do this earlier, but it took a while for Microsoft to kind of catch up on the operating system side and enable us to have a tablet format and a desktop format on the same device. But finally that's starting to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be a little bit frustrating for your software engineers to say, my gosh, we've got it, now we just need the actual platform to make it all happen. Finally it all comes together.
Absolutely. I mean, we had lost some ground to Apple over the last couple of years, but now we have a solution that's actually more powerful than anything you can get from Apple.
Wow, and you don't get to hear that kind of thing a lot, especially in terms of art and that sort of end of creativity. So it's certainly worth looking at with Picture.
Absolutely, definitely worth looking at.
Where do you think we're headed into tomorrow, if you will? What else is Corel working on with some of these newer technologies that can really get more people pumped?
Sure. Well, we have a number of other products, including Corel Draw. We have video and photo editing products. All of them have things that are similar but different from painting, and all of them are going down the same path. Over the next couple of years, I think you'll see all of our traditional desktop products have a tablet element.
Awesome. That shows a lot of excitement for the future, so we can really get creative. And I'm glad you talked about everything from the consumer end to business, because it really is all in between, and folks can now have a platform to just let that creativity flow.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. Consumers actually are jumping on it quicker than businesses, but we expect businesses will follow as they start to switch to the new types of PCs.
Well, thank you very much for your help. And Tom, you're a delight to chat with. Corel.com for more, no doubt.
Exactly. Thank you.
Our pleasure. And of course, when you visit us at intotomorrow.com, we'll have links to Tom's interview, and you'll see what we're talking about. Great artiste, by the way. You're doing some really cool drawings. Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline. Into Tomorrow continues from IDF, the Intel Developer Forum in San Francisco on the Advanced Media Network.